So how I met Dino was on the very first week of freshman year. There was a Mr. Notre Dame pageant, and I was a judge for my girls' dorm.
I was Mr. Dillon, trying to compete and win the hearts of the audience.
He was a big fan of Napoleon Dynamite movie, so he practiced the dance.
Unfortunately, I got out pretty quick. I think I was out in the first round.
And she did not vote for him, but she fell for him.
One day after Mass, I went up to Father Joe and I said, I have the biggest crush on Dino Swan, but you can't tell anyone. But will you put in a good word with the big guy for me?
You know, she voted for another Mr. Notre Dame, but you know, at the end of the day, I think I'm the real winner. Finally got her to vote for me. Today is July 29th, 2023. I've had that number stapled to my head for like 2 years, waiting for this day.
My son is getting married to the love of his life.
My daughter's getting married. I'm so excited.
It is the joyous day of the celebration of Dino and Juliana finally getting married.
The day I married my best friend and the love of my life.
We are at Notre Dame University, where the love story began.
And where the love grew and flourished.
It was a very special place for them.
Love optimistically is their slogan, it's their wedding slogan.
Love optimistically is because Dino loves to homebrew beer. On the creative side of his brewing company called Optimist Brewing.
She'll design all of our labels and artwork and everything.
They've used it in their sweatshirts, their hats, their bling, their wedding reception tonight.
Love optimistically perfectly sums up kind of this whole weekend.
I love the getting ready process. I love all the girls hanging out, surrounding Juliana with all of just us getting ready and the vibes and the music.
Juliana is extremely talented. She's extremely kind. She is very inclusive. She makes sure that no detail goes undone.
She is always thinking of others and making sure that everyone feels included.
My favorite thing about my sister is her passion, creativity, and thoughtfulness.
It's really her kind heart and compassion for others and the love of her father.
I love Juliana. She loves Dino. Every time she's around, we have fun. She's funny.
She's so incredibly supportive. She's kind-hearted. She's so genuine in every relationship she has, and so incredibly loving to me, to her family, to my family, everyone.
Everything that she's done for this wedding, down to our little friendship bracelets, I mean, they've thought of every single detail, so I think she's just truly one of the most thoughtful people.
Only she could make a day that is all about her, make you feel just as special and just as loved as she is.
Everybody loves Dino.
How could you not love Dino?
I love Dino. I think Dino is also one of the nicest people. He always has a smile on his face.
He's always happy. He's the only person in the world whose resting face is a smile, and he tries to bring smiles to everybody that he meets.
Dino is truly the happiest person I've ever met. He's a joy to be around.
Dino from day one has been like our third son. He's funny, he's fun, he's kind, he's really go with the flow. He treats my daughter amazingly.
Optimistic, funny, and energetic.
His favorite things would be beer, Juliana, God.
My favorite thing about Dino is his compassion, and he's a great kid.
You know, Dino's just a very generous kid. If you end up being as good a husband and father as you are a son, you'll be outstanding.
2 summers ago, my papa had just passed. We were at church and I was praying for help and support, and that's kind of when I realized Juliana gave me a big hug without even realizing it. And I knew she was the one that was meant for me to support me and love me. I bought the ring like 2 days later.
I just moved to Chicago and I woke up to a phone call from Dino, and he told me that he was gonna propose.
His sister texted me out of the blue and said, "Do you want to get your nails done with me?" And I immediately screenshotted it, sent it to one of my bridesmaids, Sam, and said, "It's happening." That Friday, Dino said he wanted to go out to dinner. And then he said he wanted to take a walk along the lakefront.
Me and my roommate actually set it up, and we ran to the concrete beach with champagne and blankets and roses.
He was silent the entire time, and we turned the corner. There's a beautiful picnic set up, and I turned to him and I go, "Oh my gosh, look at this nice picnic for us." And he was like, "Yeah, it is for us." And then he got down on one knee. I bawled the entire time. I'm the luckiest girl in the entire world to marry Dino Swan.
We were all at Juliana's parents' house.
We were all together as a family, and she wrote us all a little card and asked us to be in her wedding, and
Gave us baseball caps that actually had the love optimistically on it.
For me, they flew into Rochester with beautiful sweatshirts they had made for us.
We went out to dinner. They were excited. They had a bag, and we opened it up. It was a Love Optimistically sweatshirt.
And a beautiful heartfelt letter saying, "Mom, you've been there for everything."
How special that we were to them, and that Juliana would like me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding. And of course I cried. And of course I said yes.
He said, "I've always been his best man," and so me and my son are his best men.
I like to tell both of them to always keep God at the center of their lives, and their mission in life is to get each other to heaven, which I have no doubt that they will. I started crying before I even saw it. Oh, you look amazing. Oh, Juliana is gorgeous. You're my little girl, and you're a bride. Oh my gosh.
Juliana is just everything I could have ever asked for or prayed for. And we finally get to celebrate our love with all of our friends and family and in front of God. It's going to be incredible.
I am most looking forward to the moment that I walk down the aisle and Dino looks at me and he's bawling.
I just keep thinking about seeing Juliana at the end of the altar, and I'm already crying thinking about it.
We all knew this day was coming, and it's just so surreal that the day is finally here. I'm just so happy to be here and part of it with you.
Don't have a sister, so she's my new sister. I'm really excited about it.
I can't wait to see what happens, and I can't wait to see what you guys do together. It's a marriage made in heaven.
Juliana, I'm so incredibly lucky to be getting married to today. I could not even put into words how lucky I am, and I'm so happy that I get to marry you not only today, but every day for the rest of our lives.
On behalf of Dino and Juliana, A warm welcome to all of you who have gathered here to celebrate with them today. Pray with them and for them on this day that they pledge their lives to each other forever. To love another person is to see the face of God. This is precisely the vocation that you are taking on today for the rest of your lives, to be the face of God to each other. So what you are promising today, what you are staking your entire lives on, is that God will make your love so strong, so sincere, so authentic, so deep, it will more fully convince you of God's unconditional and gracious love for both of you. And from your years at Notre Dame, I know that you are people of faith. Strive to live that faith deeply. Let it be the cornerstone of your life, and it will forever serve you and guide you. The strength to make good on your promises is promised by God. You cannot do what you're doing today without God, and the more recourse you have to God, the better it's going to be. If you think of your life as a triangle of Juliana, Dino, and God, and that triangle is always in movement with each other, that is a great way to live the marriage, and for what you are hoping to happen, indeed will happen. God will pledge you the lifelong support of His graces in the vows you exchange today.
I, Dino, take you, Juliana, to be my wife.
I, Juliana, take you, Dino, to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you. In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
Juliana and Dino, may Almighty God bless you and all of you who have taken part in this sacred celebration. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So now let us give it up and celebrate Mr. and Mrs. Dino Swan.
My sister is the happiest she's been her whole life when she's around Dino, and they're just a joy to be around.
They're like the perfect couple together. They have way too much fun together.
They're very supportive of each other with everything they do. They constantly want to be around each other.
They laugh at each other's jokes more than anyone I've ever met, and they are just infatuated with each other.
Congratulations to Juliana and Dino. So happy for both of them. It was a beautiful wedding day today. Looking forward to boogieing on the dance floor tonight.
all so much for being here today to witness me marry the love of my life, Dino. It was the most fabulous wedding that I could ever ask for. I've been waiting for this day for 7.5 years. I mean, let's give it up for the ring.
I honestly could not even dream of a more magical evening with a more wonderful woman, and all of her family and friends around us. It's been incredible.
Juliana, I hope this day is everything you've dreamed of since you were a little girl. I've known the bride longer than anybody in the room. I'd like to take credit for the woman you've become, but that wouldn't be fair. God gave you as a gift to your father and I. And we were just the family to love you first.
Juliana, how is it that little girl that I used to give piggyback rides upstairs at bedtime, to read bedtime stories and say prayers, sits before me today, a beautiful bride? Violin, ballet, cheerleading, becoming fluent in Chinese and Spanish, graduating from ND, your career, all of which have made your mom and I very, very proud. However, I think what I am most proud of is your faith. You have lived your faith and made it a priority, even praying for a good husband.
He exceeded every expectation I ever could imagine. From going from at 7 years old, knowing every president, state, capital, you name it. And then it got to be where he read every book, and I'd be like, I don't know, go ask Dino. Because Dino knew everything. I think he read the Bible.
Dino, every night before bedtime, I would always tell Juliana that she was Daddy's girl always. Well, Dino, I am now willing to share and say, Juliana, you are Dino's girl always.
May you both have a zeal for life and loyalty to God and to each other. May you be blessed with a long and fruitful and faithful marriage.
After seeing him today at church with that big smile, I really don't have to go into details how much these two love each other. So Juliana, welcome to the family. We love you both.
And salute.